Hi, this is Joseph Williams, son of John Williams, and you are watching the Nerf Herder Council.
Why, you stuck-up, half-witted, scruffy-looking nerf herder!
You can't use that word. Only we can use that word.
You're tuned in to the Nerf Herder Council, your source for Star Wars opinion, conversation, and debate. Featuring your hosts, JT.
I don't care. It's close enough. I'm not here to be accurate, god damn it. I'm here to just say it.
AJ.
They literally sneak out by hiding a girl under a giant trench coat like a Three Stooges gag. What the f***, Disney Plus? Come on now.
On this episode of the Nerf Herder Council, it's my 50th birthday, and we're discussing life, brotherhood, and of course, close to half a century of being a massive Star Wars nerd. This is the Nerf Herder Council. What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Nerf Herder Council. I am your host, JT. We are live on our Facebook page and our YouTube channel, as well as the Twitch page of the Nerf Herder Council. We are also live on the Facebook page and YouTube channel of the Virtual Cantina Network. If you are watching on either of those YouTube channels and have not done so already, please remember to click the like button, click the subscribe button, and smash that notification bell so that you are notified every time we go live. As always, guys, we are brought to you by Audible. Go to audibletrial.com/NHC for your 30-day trial and a free audiobook download. If you would like to get some awesome Virtual Cantina Network swag, just go to tpublic.com/user/virtual cantina. And for customizable Nerf Herder Council gear, anything you can think of in a number of different kick-ass logos that AJ has made, just go to shop.nerfherdercouncil.com. Guys, got to do the disclaimers here first. The views of the Nerf Herder Council don't necessarily reflect those of the Virtual Cantina Network, and there could be a little bit of swearing on our show. So if you're not into that sort of shit, you might want to turn it off. So, so like the graphic says, I am less than 20. Well, it doesn't say this, but I'm less than 24 hours from turning 50 years old. So, pretty landmark birthday coming up for me tomorrow afternoon. So, pretty excited. You know, it's cool. Birthdays are fun. So, but I wanted to kind of lead off. The show's basically going to be like kind of like a personal one for AJ and I kind of figured like, we're definitely talking Star Wars and whatnot, obviously. But we don't really talk too much about ourselves and our relationship and stuff. And I kind of wanted to do that for my birthday. I said before, AJ is literally my best friend. So that's not just something we say for the show. He and I are incredibly, incredibly close. Look at that. Kale McLeish, what's up, man? Says, hey, John, why are you lying to the whole internet? Not a hope in hell you're over 40. Yeah, 50 years old, dude. February 26th to 76. But yeah, AJ and I, we are best friends. And so I kind of wanted to start the show with like my two earliest memories of life, because they do tie together and basically kind of create the Nerf Herder Council. So, my earliest memory in life is sitting at our grandparents' house over in Parma Heights, Ohio. And I was holding AJ. He's just been born. AJ's 3 years younger than I am. And I don't know if someone said it to me or if I just had this thought, but it was, I remember thinking or being told, hey, man, this is your little brother. Like, you got to protect him. And my entire life, ever since that day, I've done that. And sometimes to a fault. I'm extremely overprotective of him, admittedly, and it pisses him off sometimes. But I've got that big brother syndrome. And so that's my first earliest memory. And the second one is the one I've told on the show many times, and that's seeing Star Wars in the theater, episode 4, 1.5 times. And so, it's kind of interesting that the two things I remember first in my life kind of came together to create this goofy podcast of ours. And so, yeah, I just kind of wanted to, I got a list of questions for AJ that I kind of want to go through and just have a conversation with him about Star Wars and about, us being brothers and, our lives and stuff like that. And, so I will bring him on now that I've rambled enough. So without further ado, my best friend, my younger brother, AJ, what is going on, man?
Let's find out. How's my microphone tonight?
It's fine. It was blaring at first, but it got normal. So there you go.
All right, sweet. There we go.
There you go. So, all right. So where's this cool effect that you just made?
Oh yeah. There we go.
Woo, look,
Yay,
we're like
playing around with StreamYard layouts.
We're like Polaroids or some shit.
Right.
So, yeah. So I just kind of wanted to hang out tonight. We're doing this. We'll be hanging out tomorrow night. We're going out to dinner with, my wife and obviously our older brother and our mom. It's just what I wanted to do is have a family night, going to dinner. And then you're crashing over here and we're, going to hang out, me and you and the wife. And then when she falls asleep, me and you are just going to have some brother time, So I figured we'd do that on the show, kind of pull back the curtain. But I actually have some show prep. I looked up some cool stuff about like brothers who are into Star Wars, and it kind of led to a bunch of like questions and kind of something we could do. So,
Okay.
This is like, I've told, the first one says how Star Wars entered your house. And we've told that story a million times. I saw the movie 1.5 times in the theater and whatnot, but so this is kind of like a 2-part question. It's kind of the same, I suppose. So what is your earliest memory of Star Wars?
I don't know if I've told this one on the show before or not. I don't think it's accurate. I'll just put it that way. Because
okay.
It might have been going to CET that I'm actually thinking of, but I remember sitting in God, see, this is now we're really going to date ourselves here, as though the 50th birthday wasn't enough. Now we're going to name drop some things that just don't exist anymore, and the youths won't even understand what the hell we're talking about.
The youths.
Kenny King's. I remember having fried chicken, and I swear it was a Kenny King's, not a KFC.
Wow.
Ahead of going to see what I remember is Return of the Jedi, but like I said, it might have been E.T. I mean, I was 3 or 4, so I don't know.
Wow.
But yeah, that's my earliest memory of Star Wars is the dinner before going to see the movie, actually. And then just loving everything I saw. The same way you walked into that theater to see 1.5 Star Wars for your first time. Yeah. My first memory of Star Wars was just being absolutely captivated from the get-go. And how could you not? I mean, dude, Return of the Jedi, it just gets weird right off the bat, right? Like the entire Han rescue thing has like nothing to do with the rest of the movie. And then, you're off on an adventure, it's awesome right off the rip. So how could you not fall in love with it?
See,
yeah. And then after that, I remember like we were into the movies and stuff, but you remember our buddy Dan, who was like the toy collector. Like we had Star Wars toys, but then our buddy Dan was the guy who had the Star Wars toys. Like, oh, you want to go play with Ewok Village and a Star Destroyer and all that stuff. Like he had all the figures. I remember we were so jealous of him. I
was Ken Kraybeck right down the street, man.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh my God, that kid had everything, man. Like,
yep.
It's funny because I actually have a question about that later on. But you kind of answered it, like what? Because the kind of the follow up question, it says like that came up. It's kind of like what is your first? I'm not even drinking, for Christ's sakes. I'm drinking water and I'm stumbling. What is your first memory of Star Wars with us together? I would assume that's the same story. So,
Yeah. I love how you go back and you say how important like episode 3 was, because that was like the first one that we saw together. And it's just crazy to think that, like, I mean, obviously, since we were kids, obviously, it's just weird that we saw episode 1 and 2 and didn't manage to do that together. So it's weird that we just take it for granted that we've seen all this stuff. But yeah, I think my first Star Wars memory with you, obviously, we shared a bedroom growing up. So
yeah,
of course, we played Star Wars. You remember that Hoth playset we had?
Yeah.
One molded hunk of plastic in white and those little itty bitty figurines. Like,
yep.
What kid was ever going to keep track of those? They were like half an inch tall. It was stupid how small they were.
And I remember getting pissed off losing some of those because I thought it was so freaking cool, man.
Yeah, and also I'm like, what do I do with these? They're so tiny.
I love that thing, man.
Do they even count as soldiers? I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, so I have something to tell you. Okay.
Another memory. Sorry, another quick memory.
Okay.
All mine are Return of the Jedi, but you asked. The Emperor figure, the mail away. Remember?
Oh my God.
Those points? Yeah, kids. You had to mail away for the Emperor figure in the Return of the Jedi line, and we saved up our Kenner points, and we got the Emperor. Yeah, we were so proud of that.
I remember that. Oh my God.
That's when we thought we like really arrived as like Star Wars, nerds. We're like, oh my God, we're mailing away for figures now.
I know.
Back in the good old days, Transformers had the same thing going on.
Too bad we didn't mail away for rocket firing Boba Fett, huh?
Mail away.
Right. Spencer John, what's tuning in? Great to see you, bro. He says, JT is old. Time to take your Metamucil. You better watch it, pal. I'll be in Boston in December. You're going to catch hell, man. It's your turn later this year. I'm just a little ahead of you.
You're going to Boston?
I'm going to Boston for Spencer's 50th birthday party. He invited, and I accepted.
Oh, see, and here I just assumed it was a Dream Theater concert.
No, it is no Dream Theater. I will not be seeing them for another couple of years. But Kale wants to throw something in here.
Hey, everybody, just check on John over the next couple of years. He might be a danger to himself.
Oh, stop it. I've seen him almost 25 times. I think I can wait. I like the buildup. We've been over this sort of thing. So, yeah. So I have some news for you, but it's based kind of off of this. So Kale says, oh, yes, something you may like to know. It's also Marshall's birthday. That is Kale's dog. And yes, he is named after the
nice.
So, yeah, I've seen many pictures. Super, super cute. Correct me if I'm wrong, Kale, it's Marshall and Gibson, right? If I remember right. But speaking of dogs, this is about a 95%, but I think that my wife and I, Steph, we are going to have a new addition to our family beginning of April. So
really?
Yes. We are adopting a special needs senior. So we think we got approved. We had a phone call tonight. And he's paralyzed in his back legs. So he wears a little doggy diaper and he drags himself around, but he gets around perfectly. Super, super friendly. He's about 21 pounds. They say he's like a Boston Terrier mix, but he looks more like Chihuahua in the face. So, yeah. So we are not 100% yet. However, we are damn close. So we have to sit down and talk and kind of, just make sure. But
so you're approved. It's just a matter of whether or not you can be a responsible human.
Well, yeah, I'm just
aggressively towards you. I mean, people that like adopt dogs and don't care for them properly, especially special needs ones.
Well, exactly. And, I mean, for those of you who don't know, I actually was on the board of directors of a special needs animal shelter for several years before they unfortunately had to cease operations. The director was diagnosed with MS and lost the ability to use the left side of her body and kind of had to cease operations. And unfortunately, she then passed away a few years later. But yeah, so I'm a big proponent of special needs critters. And apparently my wife was following this guy for a while, and I had no idea. I was like, really? I had no idea you were doing that. So, oh, wrong button. So yeah, but his name is Tux. So I will pull up a picture here. So
I'm gonna call him Hux. You know that, right?
You can do what you want. So take the thing off real quick. There we go. There he is. There's Mr. Tux. So he is like I say, he is super cute and he's a little guy. And
skinny guy, kind of pasty.
I'm gonna teach him to bite you. So yeah. So there we go. So that probably is going to happen. And we're waiting until the first week in April because we want him to get acclimated, and I'm watching the Masters, so I'm off work most of the week. So I will be hanging out with my new pal and building Lego. So yeah. So he comes from All Star Pets in Elida, Ohio. Very awesome organization. So there we go. That's my news. Now back to Star Wars.
Hell yeah, buddy. Hell yeah.
So I knew you would appreciate that because, we are a dog family. So
yeah, man.
So, all right, let's see here. So Kale says Gibson is the older, Marshall is the younger, Moosh. So yeah, Chaz, we'll have to message about some stuff. Jill Sabo, great to see you. Nobody calls Han Solo a bitch. I love it. Kimmy Gangadine, thank you so much. Happy birthday, she says. Eddie Spaghetti, what's up, man? He says, holy shit, happy birthday, John Drake. I love you, buddy. Love you too, man. Love you too. Jill says, happy birthday, John. Thank you. Appreciate it. So yeah. So the next question actually was about toys. It kind of goes through like phases of life and what kind of Star Wars stuff you're into in a way. So I thought that was kind of a good way to direct the conversation. By the way, do you have a 3D printer going on behind you?
That I do. I'm a nerd.
When the hell did you get a 3D printer?
It's actually been sitting in the box for a while. I mean, if you really want the story, the most functional thing I've done with it is I printed some brackets to get closet doors to align properly.
Oh,
yeah,
there you go.
Really, really amazing stuff.
Jill Zapo's quoting the shit out of fanboys in the comments. I called Chewy. Hey, Butler, give him the pressed ham. I love AJ and I are huge fans of fanboys. We are fanboys of fanboys. So well played. Yeah. So yeah, the next one says, it's in chat, like, what do we remember about our toys? And I like you said, Dan Rick had a bunch and Ken Kraybeck had a bunch, but I mean, we pretty much had a ton. And I distinctly remember feeling like the Return of the Jedi toys were the coolest. I kind of felt like I loved the Endor playset that had like the net and stuff, like the trap, and then obviously there was
those did Mom and Dad buy for us anyway.
Oh,
I remember we would always lose pieces and be like, we need another one.
Yeah,
that and it was from the Transformers.
Yes. It was at least 3, and then I think they stopped because they got pissed off. They're like, you need to take care of your stuff. I'm like, we're playing with it, for God's sakes. What do you want? It's like foam. Yeah. So I remember that. And obviously the speeder bike and the biker scouts were like, oof, man. That is just still the coolest, my favorite trooper and stuff like that. So yeah, now that we go to stores and celebrations and stuff, the amount of things that we see, we're like, had it. It's like, if we had a time machine that could go back and steal from ourselves, it'd be like, we'd be loaded. I'd be like, hey, why are you stealing my toy? And what the hell did you do to yourself? Good Lord.
Yeah.
Tell me what not to do. So
your midlife crisis is being a cautionary tale to your younger self, huh?
Yeah. Holy crud, man. Like, your life is awesome, but yeah, you get real fat, so cut that shit out. Be cognizant of that. Like, just watch your weight, you turd. Like, Bruce Brown checking in, says happy birthday. Thank you very much, man. Appreciate it. So the next one says backyard lightsaber fights. We did not have lightsaber fights.
No, the best the only memory I've got of you in a lightsaber fight is on video at Star Wars Celebration.
Oh God, I felt like I was doing so well. It looked so bad, and I felt like I was doing great. I was like, this is gonna look great, and then I saw it. I'm like, oh, you slovenly turd, you unathletic piece of filth. Like, what are you doing?
We've got enough of the podcast left. I might be able to comb through the old Google Photos archive and pull
up. God, if you have that, that would be fantastic. Because that was just awful.
Oh shit, you want that out there, really? Well, now
I don't care. Dude, this is me. When have I ever cared if I'm embarrassing myself in public? I get up on stage in a band. I do 2 podcasts. I'm not exactly doing it because I think I'm the coolest person around. I don't care. Besides, it's funny. Why not? Why not show it? It's god awful. It's
right. Might as well lean into it, right?
Oh my God. Look at Eddie. He says Adam probably doesn't remember. Look, well, he knows your full name. Adam probably doesn't remember me, not like I remember him, but I absolutely love catching you guys. I'm not even huge on Star Wars, and I apologize, but I'm such an incredibly huge John Drake fan. It's insane. It's not just him, it's the whole family. Love all of you. We can't talk about the Browns here, can we? I'm trying to be happy on my birthday here, Eddie. Come on. So Eddie is a very, very long time, very close friend of mine from downstate in Dayton, and we are like just huge bros. So yeah. So very, very cool. Yeah. So Chastity Crowley says the question doesn't specify it had to be quote unquote real lightsabers. Wrapping paper tubes count. We didn't even do that.
Yeah. It's weird. As much as we were Star Wars nerds, we never thought we were Jedi until we did.
Yeah.
Well, got that great photo from Celebration.
Yes. And dude, you know why we didn't? I know why, me personally, because I was always pissed that the lightsabers weren't cool. Like the toy lightsabers were garbage back then. And so I was like, this is shitty. I don't want to do it. So I was doing the action figure thing. And then, like you said, we had that Empire Strikes Back game. We had a ton of like Star Wars stuff to play with that weren't lightsabers. Like, look at this Chastity. What the hell kind of lame ass childhood did you have that you didn't beat each other with with wrapping paper tubes? Well, I didn't say we didn't hit each other with stuff. It's just like it just wasn't lightsaber. That's all.
I hit him with shoes.
Yeah, tried to hit me with a meat skewer, which resulted in the only time I ever really beat his ass growing up. Usually, it's just like
I did hit you with a meat skewer.
Oh no, I ducked and it stuck in the wall. And I was like, now you're in trouble. And you were like, ah, shit. And I beat the hell out of you. And Mom came home from work. And you're like, JT beat me up. And she came after me. I was like, no, go look in the back hall. He threw a meat skewer at me. It's stuck in the wall. So she went over and she swatted your ass. So you got a double beating. Yeah.
That's not anything. I don't even remember that, dude. Honestly.
I remember it very vividly because it was the only time I beat you up. I was always the bigger, stronger brother growing up. You grew into yourself. I grew into a tub of shit. Like
what I remember is taking that kebab skewer and metal shit. By the way, we're not talking this like super bamboo crap. I remember smacking you sideways with it.
Well, you tried, but you did not connect. Contact. You were chasing me around with it. You were chasing me with it because you had gotten pissed at something, so I was laughing at you, which made you more mad. So you were swinging at me, chasing me, and I just kept laughing more. And all of a sudden, you got all stoic. I'm like, okay. And you walked away. I'm like, what's he doing? And I hear the kitchen drawer open. And all of a sudden, you come out with this damn meat skewer. And I was like, you better not do something with that, dude, or I'm actually going to kick your ass. And sure,
you better not. You better not.
You better not. Yeah. And that was the only time I ever did something, man. Look at Joseph Friend, love you, bro. He says, happy almost birthday, John. You're the real ice cream man. Nice.
That's like the only video on my personal YouTube channel.
What? Oh, the ice cream man?
You singing ice cream man on stage. Yeah.
I so wish it wasn't like tilted to the side because that was fun.
I gotta download that and edit it to the proper orientation. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like I try and watch it on the side like this to see like what people's reactions are. And it's like,
of course, this guy tries to watch himself on video.
No, it's good, dude. Okay, fine. I will tell that story. It's my birthday. By the way, Nick Hall, great to see you, bro. He says happy early birthday, John. Thank you, dude. So the Ice Cream Man story was, I'll try and make this quick. So AJ and I were at a Van Halen tribute show. It was the Atomic Punks. And there were like 2,000 people there or something. I was, of course, right up front because I'm a huge Van Halen guy. And they were doing Ice Cream Man like second to last. And when it gets to the last one, it's like, all my flavors are guaranteed. And they would stop and he would like have somebody from the crowd come and sing it. And he had a couple people doing this, like, yeah, he's like, oh, we got to get somebody better, or whatever, just doing that whole thing.
Yeah.
And he finds he's like, okay, we'll do one more. And I had been singing whenever AJ and I go to these shows, these Van Halen shows, he sings lead, I sing the high harmony, Michael Anthony, whatever. So people around me had heard me singing, and they're pointing at me, I'll get this guy up there. Well, he picked some other dude, and the guy was absolutely god awful. It was like running over like a cat. It was just horrific. And the guy was basically like, well, we can't end with that. And so it was like, pick this guy, pointing at me. And I'm like, oh, I'll do it. I'm like, and so he had me come up, and AJ was filming it. And, I know my Van Halen, so I did a guarantee. And the guy goes, whoa. And the whole crowd just lost their minds. They're like, holy shit, man. The place just, I'm like, wow, I'm a singer. I know my Van. It was really fun because just being able to sing with a Van Halen band was just awesome. It's hilarious because right after you hear some guy go, nice, you kicked ass. So it was a total friggin' blast. And in the video, it's kind of cool because like you can see me like trying to give the guy a high five and say thank you, and he holds on to me. And you can't hear what he's saying, but the guy wouldn't let me go. And what he was saying was, he goes, you got to finish it out, man. And so I had to go into the mic again, and I had to be like, to satisfy, do that part. And then they did jump and everything. And then you see me like thank the guy. And I, gave him the bro hug and everything. I was like, thanks, dude. That was really, really cool. Appreciate you letting me get on the mic. And then I turn around and go, yeah. And I'm jumping up and down like a fool.
You were,
I was you
were such a nerd.
Yes, I was a little excited. So, all right. So moving on, Joseph Friend, you do realize who this is, right? This is the lead singer of Gatlin. You're lucky he gave the microphone back. No, I knew better than that. All right. So back to the Star Wars question. So when we were kids, mine is obvious, but I'm trying to rack my brain as to which one yours would be. It says, which character each of you claimed? Obviously, I'm a Han Solo guy. That goes without saying. But who was your character when we were kids? I don't remember you outside of like the Hux joke, which is recent. I don't remember you sitting there being like, oh, I've got this lockdown diehard, favorite Star Wars character.
Oh, it's very specific. It's Return of the Jedi Luke Skywalker.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, me and you were the same way, man. Growing up watching wrestling, we were never the Hulk Hogan fans. We were the Ultimate Warrior fans,
Yeah.
We never got on board with like the main hero. So even like Luke Skywalker in the first two movies didn't really do it for me. I was more Han Solo. But then like when he got dark in Return of the Jedi, I was like, okay, now he's cool. Now he's not just like this pure farm boy guy. I didn't think that as a kid, of course.
Yeah.
But the more I watched him, like, okay, Luke is way more interesting in the third movie than he ever was in the first two, to me. Like the first one, he's whiny. The second one, he's, still kind of whiny, actually. Like telling Yoda what he can do with all this Force nonsense. And then, nice. And then finally you go to like the third one, you're like, oh, wait a minute. He's getting a little evil there. He's choking Gamorreans and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, oh, see, now I'm compelled.
See, I have to admit, if I was going to pick a Luke Skywalker, honestly, it's hard not to pick The Last Jedi Luke Skywalker. I just love that portrayal. I don't care what anybody says. But I think I would pick the Return of the Jedi one. But I think for me, it's dumber. It's basically because I like the all-black outfit and the green lightsaber. I think those are really cool.
Yeah.
So, like, that's kind of like,
I am so glad that they decided after looking at the footage of him with a blue lightsaber, they're like, it doesn't stand out against the sky. We need a different color. because now like it's weird. I never like put two and two together with the poster still has the blue saber on it, and that would look weird. I've seen images where people correct it to green, and that looks weird because it's not the poster. But at the same time, in the movie, I'm like, if that thing was blue, it wouldn't hit the same. Like the fact that it was green was like, oh, you can have a green one. Now it's like, whatever color you want, but back then it was blue and it was red, and that was it. Green, you're like, oh my God.
I remember that in the
what
trailer.
else is
being like,
possible?
there's a green lightsaber. Yeah, exactly. Right. Little did we know. Okay, so it gets a little weird here because I don't know what they're actually talking about, but it says teen and young adult years, life getting real. So I guess it's basically like Star Wars for us while we were like in our
Where did you find this, man?
It's just a conglomeration of a bunch of stuff that I looked up. It's kind of like, because I kind of thought about it. It's like, I mean, 50 is like a milestone birthday. Okay, cool. But when I started thinking about it, like Star Wars has literally been in my life for almost the entire time I've been alive. I mean, you're talking about like almost a half a century of being a Star Wars fan. So it's like, true. I mean, that is like, who does that? I mean, there's so many people. I mean, and granted, Star Wars is kind of the outlier. Let's be honest. I'm not uncommon, at least in the fandom. But in general, with pop culture stuff, you have people that age in and out of things all the time. There's not a lot of properties where it's like, I was a How I Met Your Mother fan for 60 years type of thing. You know what I mean? So it's kind of interesting to think about it that way. But yeah, it's this life getting real. And I remember when we were teenagers, man, because like, I mean, I was 7 in 1983. So I mean, if you fast forward 10 years to like 93, you get like that 10-year period. Really, we didn't really have much there because there wasn't action figures coming out, and we were kind of phasing out of playing with those. And the only time we ever really got to see the movies was, the only time we got to see the movies was when they were on television.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, my first experience with Star Wars was the last experience with Star Wars for about, what did it end up being, 14 years?
Yeah, so the special
83
editions
was Jedi, and then special editions. Yeah, so
yeah,
like we grew up basically in the dark times. Like I don't remember seeing the Ewok movies. We weren't hyped for those. Whenever they aired, we never saw them on TV.
I did.
You did? Tell us about that.
They suck major ass. I was so disappointed because at that point, I was such an enormous fan already, like pretty much right off the rip, And so when it said like, oh, here's this Star Wars movie, and it was made for TV, immediately my brain starts going to the wouldn't this be in the movie theater if it was really good? So I was kind of jaded against it. And then, oh my God, like Wilford Brimley comes on. I'm like, this is the asshole that sells oatmeal. Like, what is this guy? And also there's a Cocoon movie, the two Cocoon movies, which, I mean, they're great movies. Don't get me wrong, but our parents loved them. So I'd seen Cocoon. I'm like, what the hell is a guy from Cocoon doing in Star Wars? And then you had like the little kids run. I'm like, what is this? And I'm like, all right, I'll watch them in Star Wars. And it was just not good. It's just not good. And so that's why when you guys are always like, oh, we should watch those. I'm like, no, have at it, man. You and Steve were always banging that drum. I was like, piss off. You can have that crap. Like, oh, just not a fan. I hate to be negative, but I just really couldn't stand him. It was like so subpar. But I mean,
yeah, dude. Even I knew they were crap at the time. I mean, it's weird what you can notice, especially when you're behind the scenes honks like we are.
Yeah.
Like Endor has a look because that's the redwood forest. You can't just go out anywhere where there's trees and be like, look, it's Endor. Like, no, it's not. It's totally not. The sky in Tunisia has a certain cast about it, and you can tell the pickup shots that happen in Arizona.
Right.
It's crazy that way. Yeah. So I do remember that Star Wars was really kind of like lame in the 80s, actually under once it was like TV only and cartoons. And then Kenner's like, we need more money from toys. We'll just do anything, please.
Right. And it wasn't good. It just wasn't. So,
yeah.
I mean, that kind of bummed me out. And then, like I said, I do remember that when we found out that they were going to be on television, that was like, at least for me, that was a big, big, big deal. I was like, holy shit, I can watch Star Wars. And I remember being pissy because there were commercials. Like, I understood why, but in my, my stupid brain, I was sitting there going, God bless it. Like, couldn't you just do a commercial free? That's Star Wars. You could sell laundry soap another damn time.
Right. That's the weirdest thing. Like, everyone's like, oh my God, our mother, still says like, oh, Star Wars is on TBS or TNT or whoever's got it now.
Yep.
Like, I cannot watch Star Wars with commercial breaks. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah. I mean, it would be nostalgic to do so for sure, but it's like, all right, let's maybe, I'll Disney Plus it, or I've got the Harmony editions of the original trilogy, or, I've got the 3D versions of the sequel trilogy, like, so there really wasn't a lot. And then it says college and jobs, which for us would have been, I mean, for me, I graduated high school in '94. So if you're talking college, I mean, you really are pretty much talking the special editions, and then into the prequels.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, that was where everything just completely just reignited for me.
Well, that's yeah. Let's talk the prequels there, because that I actually was in college for that. I remember.
Yeah.
I told the story on the show about how like we carried a couch out to the sidewalk in front of the movie theater so we could camp out to get the best seats possible 3 days ahead of time.
Was that for Phantom Menace, or was that for?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, because I was in Columbus. I was at Ohio State at the time.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude. You know what is really crazy is that I like so little
a
had
monkey riding a unicycle.
What was the George Carlin? A big fat Chinese guy with red hair. It's things you never see. Guy taking a shit while running at full speed. No, like there had been so little Star Wars stuff that when the Phantom Menace came out, like I was excited.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember being like, why am I not as excited as I thought I would be? And then I saw it and I was like, okay, this is cool. I mean, it's not up to the level of the original trilogy, but as I've said many times, I never expected it to be. Because when you build something up to that level in your mind, it's never going to, hit that,
Yeah, not possible.
But then for some reason, it was between the time that, it was between 99 and 2002, something it just snapped in me. And I was like, I can't wait for this new Star Wars movie. Holy shit. Like, I can't wait. Oh my God, new Star Wars. And I was back into it, right mm-hmm. back in the mess. And I just, ever since then, it's just been insanity for me, insanity. And at that point, it then became also this just need to go to Celebration, because Don had gone. I want to say the first one that he went to was like Celebration 3, I think, in Indianapolis. I know he went to 4, and he would tell me about this Star Wars convention. I'm like, oh my God, I have to go. But I couldn't afford it at the time. So it was just like, okay, are they going to keep doing these? Hopefully. Am I ever going to get to go? And,
mm-hmm.
But yeah, around that time, like the early 2000s was when I don't know about you, like maybe you were always more on board more consistently than I was. But for me, I got back into it during those years. Like the bug bit me again. And I think that's why I'm so particular about the prequels and why I love them so much, because I kind of have that feeling of, those movies brought me back. I was as passionate about Star Wars again later in life as I was as a little kid. And so to me, I think that's why I always hold those movies in such high esteem.
Yeah, we've been spoiled since 99. Star Wars has never really gone away since then. So that makes it easy right there. The longest gap we had was Return of the Jedi to the special editions. But yeah, also because we weren't just kids and it didn't just show up and then disappear while we were like growing up and busy doing other things. Yeah. It's been constant while we've been like, I won't say mature, but of adult age.
Yes.
Right. So yeah, it's like I can't imagine my life without Star Wars, because really, like, for our entire adulthood, it's been there.
Yeah. So Chastity says, my dad worked at a theater when episode 1 came out. People were sleeping in the parking lot for days. Dude, as much as that might be a pain in the ass, could you imagine how fun that would have been? It's kind of interesting that you and I, as much as we've done with Star Wars, we never did that. We weren't, in one of the crowds that waited days for a new movie.
Mm-hmm.
We weren't in line all, overnight into the next day for a new movie when, and we never waited in line overnight to get into any panels at Celebration once we finally went. It's kind of weird.
Didn't you?
No, wait. If I tell that story, I'm probably gonna cry, and I probably should.
Man.
Okay,
it wouldn't be a birthday celebration for you if you didn't.
Yeah. By the way, the last thing says how fandom changed. We'll get to that, but no, yeah. So the waiting online thing is actually. That would have been in Orlando in 2017 because it was for the 40th anniversary. And I wanted to go to the 40th anniversary panel. And I was like, you guys were off doing tourist shit. And I was like, I'm not here for tourist crap. I already said this. I'm not here to go to some lighthouse. I'm not here to go to some beach. I'm here to do Star Wars shit. Okay. I've made this very clear. And I had said, I'm going and waiting overnight. I'm getting into that 40th anniversary panel. I can't miss it. You and I had speculated that what if George Lucas is there? What if so-and-so is there? And we nailed a lot of guests, that were not all of them, but we guessed a lot that were actually there.
Right.
So I was like, all right, I'm going to do this. And I had been away from you guys because it was, you and my wife and my stepson. It was my stepson. And then it was my friend Spikes and his girlfriend before that whole thing went to hell later that celebration. But in any case, so the night I had to get in line, I kind of at the last second, I was like, you know what? I really should be part of the group. I will sacrifice this for the greater good. I'll try and be the nice guy. And then we watched the panel in our room. And Wayne Joyner checking in. Hey, Wayne, man, what's going on, dude? Thank you. Says happy birthday, brother. Good to see you, bro. Hopefully we'll be hanging out here in about a month in Asheville. We shall see. And we're watching the panel. And of course, the first motherfucker that gets introduced is George Lucas. And I'm just like, God damn it.
Yep.
And as you recall, I was not happy. And then, of course, everyone else comes out. It's, the whole kit and caboodle. I'm like, and the only one.
Here comes John Williams. Here comes Harrison Ford.
No. That John Williams was later. So everybody was out there but Harrison Ford. And I'll never forget Warwick Davis. He's like, it doesn't get more epic than this. Or does it? I'm like, please don't. Please don't. He goes, everyone welcome Harrison Ford. And I just scream like, fuck. I'm getting emotional about it because I'm still so disappointed about it. I love you guys, but I really, really screwed myself. Like, honest, I'm not even joking about this. I'm not even joking about this, and it might be selfish, but it's okay. I don't care. I have to be honest. When I think about things that I regret in my life, I'm being dead honest here. The only thing I ever really come back to is not being selfish and going and getting in line for that panel and being in the room when that whole thing went down, being there live. I'm not even kidding. Because dude, I've done all the things I want, or at least I've tried. The things I haven't are extremely difficult to do, like get into the Masters, get tickets to Sammy Hagar's birthday bash, go to Cabo. Those are the two things I still want to do in my bucket list items, especially the Masters. But they're next to, especially the Masters, next to impossible to get into. But getting into that panel, I could have done it. And I'm like, I should, and like you said, after Harrison Ford, then all this shit goes down. And then of course, here's John Williams playing actual fucking Star Wars music.
Right.
And I'm just like, dude, you know what? Like, I was so goddamn angry. Sorry to curse a lot, but really, that is the one thing. What's your main regret in your life? Not being in the 40th anniversary Star Wars panel. So I'm telling you right now, I will find a way to get into the 50th anniversary panel next year at Celebration. It must happen. I have to make up for it. I got to be in there, man. I have to be in there.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
We both do, but I have an idea about that. Oh, Chris Fillon, man. What's up, man? He says, my man, happy birthday, John. Love you, bro. Love you too, dude. Haven't talked to you in a bit, man. Oh, we got to get that trip to Pennsylvania scheduled to go to that the pinball museum. Keep forgetting to do that. But yeah, so that's like my one kind of regret, dude, is that. Do you have any Star Wars regrets? Or is it just not having enough Lego?
Even that, I think I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to keep rearranging around here because I don't have enough room for all of it. So I guess I'm doing all right.
Right.
Star Wars regrets. I mean, aside from like you were talking about, like selling all of our toys or just like losing interest in them, be like, yeah, they can go to someone else. We don't care. Like, I wish I had some of that stuff. We don't have any of our childhood toys anymore, except for like I got a box of Lego in the basement. Yeah. But other than that, like we didn't save anything. And yeah, it'd be cool to just not for collectability and like, oh, it's worth so much money, but just like it'd be cool to have that stuff at this point. We've got our Lionel trains. That's about it. Star Wars regrets. Let's see. No, nothing really. Like, it's not my fault. Like, I only got to wear my ARC Trooper costume once because TSA is a bunch of fucking twats. So,
dude, and that looks, you look so
literally
good in that,
years
dude.
into that thing. Yeah. And it wasn't even done yet. It wasn't like finished. It wasn't sized properly or anything. I was basically a statue in it. And it was so busted by the time it got back from the one con we went to that I'm like, I'm not even touching it. I can't bring myself to do it. It's like starting from scratch. In fact, I might as well start from scratch at this point if I was going to do it again.
Right. That was cool though, because I had gotten you the helmet to kind of get you started, years before. And
you made it happen.
Well, I didn't.
It's mixed emotions because yes, thank you, but also fuck you. You know how hard that was and expensive?
Well, but here's the thing. I thought this was my thinking. Even if you didn't do the full armor, even if you didn't do anything to the helmet, you had a Star Wars helmet that you could do anything with. And just having that's cool. I mean, dude, you know how many compliments I get at work when people are walking, on our floor and they look back and they go, dude, who's got the Darth Vader and the Stormtrooper and the Biker Scout? Like, whose are those? I'm like, yeah, that'd be me. It's like it's just cool to have. And dude, you did an awesome job. And it was so much fun, the several hours that you trooped that one day, because you picked that really rare character. So and of course it's the perfect place to do it. Because if you're just out at like some 501st event, at some bowling alley, people are gonna be like, oh, it's like it's a stormtrooper of some kind. But the super nerds are like, holy shit, that's ARC Trooper Hammer. Was it Hammer that you did, or?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that's ARC Trooper, and you never see those. Remember, we even did, like, you and I are like basically doing a scavenger hunt to find action figures or Lego minifigs or something of Hammer, and you can't find anything.
Well, that's why I chose him. I chose him because he's at the time he was the only ARC Trooper that got a Lego figure.
Yeah,
and everyone was like, "Why the hell did they pick him? Like, he's got like 2 seconds of screen time. He does
Right.
nothing." And so I was like, well, it's a Lego guy. Of course I got to pick the Lego guy.
Right. Yeah, no, that was fun, man. Like helping you around and dude, so many people. I mean, not that this is anything anybody doesn't already know, but dude, so many people asked for pictures with you. It was crazy. It was crazy, man. Like,
yeah, I've got to give you props for that because I would never have started the project. But once you got me the helmet, I'm like, all right, I got to do it all now. I can't.
Yeah.
Once I started, I'm like, I'm not going to stop at the helmet.
I need to get back to work on mine. I'm so paranoid of screwing it up that I like have performance anxiety with it. I'm afraid of like over trimming something or cracking something. And I froze. I'm just like, oh God, like, but I want to do it so bad. Like I want to troop as a biker scout in the worst way. Like that would be so amazing. It would just
make it happen.
Yeah, I gotta do it, man. I give all these.
It transports well, so
yeah,
maybe it makes it out to LA next year.
God, good luck with that. But
again, if TSA doesn't fuck with it,
yeah, that is a concern. I'm not gonna lie.
For the audience, they rifled through that tote. I bought a Husky tote at Home Depot. These things are supposed to be indestructible. They managed to bend the wheels on it, and they rifled through it on the way to LA and back again. No wonder my shit was broken.
Yeah. I'll never forget getting that thing off of the baggage claim. And it's like literally the first time you'd ever used it and the wheels bent. We were like, what the hell is that?
Right. Like, how does that even happen?
Yeah. I mean, it was, oh God, that was so bad. So bad. All right. So now it's got like basically adult stuff. So basically it says like the Empire Strike Back themes, growing up, lost, reality, blah, 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 whatever. The first one says what Star Wars means now. That's that's interesting because to me it still means what it always has. And I think that's why I've stayed such a huge nerd for it for all these years, because it's an escape and it's fun and it reminds me, it still makes me feel the way I did when I was a kid. You know, like, I mean, like that new trailer for Mando and Grogu is just like,
what, I'm sorry, what movie?
I'm sorry. Mandu and Grogu. Sorry.
There we go.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Mandu and Grogu. Sorry.
I know. A slip of the tongue. It's very easy.
Dude, I literally have to force myself to say Mando and Grogu. I'm so used to screwing it up on purpose on the show. But yeah, like I saw that trailer. I'm just like, dude, like this is like, you just get that feeling like you're a little kid. Like it's just, you're not an adult. You don't have to pay taxes. You don't have to go to work when you see Star Wars, you watch Star Wars and stuff. It's like, no, it's just, all you have to do is just be excited and live in the moment and get into Star Wars. And it's like, and I love that. And so it's always been the same thing. But I think what's interesting now is having, a grandson. It's like, okay, well, is he going to get into Star Wars? Like, am I going to actually be able to pass this on? So it's an interesting thing to wonder about, like, is this going to happen? Because my stepdaughter couldn't care less about Star Wars. Her boyfriend really doesn't care about it. So if he gets into it, it's going to be through me, kind of by proxy in a way. Just I'll be watching.
More awesome than his parents. That's all.
Yeah, I know, right?
I mean, I don't know what's wrong with them, but whatever.
Yeah,
can't all be that cool, right?
I think, yeah, I at least to me, Star Wars is still what it's always been. But I think it's also, I think it carries more weight because I think, number one, because of our show, but number two, knowing all the things that I know now, like being such a nerd and all the trivia contests and all that kind of stuff.
We got to do another one, by the way. It's been too long.
I know. I haven't seen any. I keep an eye out for them. But
or between us, either one.
Yes. Well, we got tomorrow night, so
Fair.
I'll go get the Kamchatka.
Oh God.
But
you're just supposed to be happy memories, dude, or any memories for that matter.
Right. Look at this Chastity about TSA. She says TSA is ridiculous. There is no standard of what's allowed. In high school, leaving SLC, my Salt Lake City, my friend had a knife from culinary school that they let him get through. LAX freaked and almost tackled him. Yeah. Kale McLeish says, even I've said Mandu and Grogo every time with my folks. They think I'm making mistakes. Like, no, I just watch a couple of dummies.
Right.
Chastity says, you must expose him to all the finer things. Star Wars, Van Halen, Dream Theater. It said, oh, it'll happen for sure. It'll happen. Oh, Sam Gangany is on. She says, hi, John. Hi, Sam. Good to see you. So yeah, like what does Star Wars mean to you now these days?
Dude, like I said, it hasn't gone away since 1999. So, I mean, we've got 10 years of this show together, which is crazy right there.
I know.
And believe it or not, guys, we actually have a spreadsheet going of like future topic ideas. So it's not just like Sunday before a show, we're like, fuck, what are we going to do? You got any ideas? Now it's like, oh, go to the sheet. We've got tons of ideas. It's fine. We're good. And that's the thing. Like the show is so baked into like, it's been the last decade of our lives doing this together. Like it's literally at times it's been the glue that holds us together. Like even when we're not getting along, it's like, we're still going to do the show.
Yeah.
So
yep.
You're stuck with me for no other reason. So yeah, I mean, what Star Wars means to me as an adult is it's generational. We talked about that with Celebration. It is so cool. I still can get choked up going on and watching YouTube videos of like kids walking into the show hall and they got the gray costumes on or Kylo masks, or maybe they just love clone troopers, you know?
Yeah.
And whatever it is. I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to sit there and be like, back in my day, it was stormtroopers. Those were scary. Like, nah, man, it's all Star Wars. You got yours, I got mine, and we can all geek out together. I love it. I love it. So yeah.
And isn't that the coolest thing that I think, like I said, it's been, next year will be 50 years of Star Wars. The spirit of it is still there. Like it hasn't been ruined.
That's the thing about this new movie. I mean, Mando and Grogu, it's like people want to dunk on it for like not having good promotion so far. I'm like, we got trailers. We've got hype.
Movie?
We've got something. Mando and Grogu. Sorry. Mando and Grogu. Yeah. Damn it. I wrecked my own joke.
Yeah.
But yeah. Mando and Grogu. It's a new movie. I don't care if it's trash. I'm going to sit here for the next 3 months. 3? Is that right?
Yeah.
Is it really only 3 months? Wow. Yeah. It's only 3 months. Yep. Dude, it's only 3 months. And just get hyped. I mean, I've actually gone back and I have like skimmed through some episodes that we had like leading up to Rogue One and leading up to Last Jedi and leading up to Rise of Skywalker, and like the stupid speculation of like, oh, what did this clip of this trailer mean and all this. That's what makes it fun. So even if the movie is dog shit, have fun with it right now. I'm loving it.
Yeah.
I thought the Super Bowl trailer was, what the hell was that? I don't know, but I don't care either. I got to see Tauntauns.
That's what I said. I'm like, dude, I was like I said on the last show, I was like, I just saw the tiniest little snippet of the nose come on screen. I'm like, that's a Tauntaun. That's a Tauntaun. I know that nose. I think, what the other cool thing is, dude, is that, and this is, hopefully this doesn't sound like greedy or anything, but I for me, because I do still have that passion for Star Wars and I'm still so into it, it's nice that I can afford to do things and buy the toys. Because I remember as a kid, that was the one frustration, wasn't it? Like you would see like the full size ad and you couldn't get it. You know, you would see like the full size Millennium Falcon, you couldn't get it. But now if they put something out, some big ass thing, it's like, well, I can get it now. You know, I mean, even when I first started hearing about celebrations, like I couldn't afford a trip to, you know, go out of town and a hotel and tickets and food, all that crap. There's just no way. And now I can. So I'm not missing out on things. And I feel very blessed to, you know, that's the case, because I know what it's like to not be able to. And so it's just such a blessing, because it's like it expands your fandom, you know, because you can do more and you can, you know, enjoy it more. And just, you know, it's so much fun, dude. It's so much fun.
It's so, you know, I find myself apologizing way too much for being such a Star Wars fan, but you know, between the quotes and stuff, like, no matter what you're going through in life, whatever, what your mood is or what's on your mind that day, whether it's good, bad, or in between, or, you know, political or not, or whatever it may be, there's always there. I mean, there's so much dialogue in Star Wars and we know it all by heart by now. I can't find a situation where I can't apply a quote of some kind.
Yep.
Like just the other day, I was talking to somebody and they were talking about how they hated the last job they were at. They were at their job for like 11 years and they love their current one. They've been there like 4 years now and they wish they'd gotten out sooner. I'm like, all is as the Force wills it.
Right.
And it just works. It just works. Like, you give me a situation, I will quote you some Star Wars, my friend.
Yep. Yeah. And it's so true, man.
But yeah, it's like it's dumb to like say, yeah, this franchise of pop culture, nothing matters that much, but it really does. Like it's not just, hey, George Lucas made some movies and we got to have some fun with them. It's like it's part of us, and now like the fandom kind of fuels itself.
Yeah.
To your point about celebration, like I'm so hyped for next year. I don't even know what the wrinkle's going to be. But every time we've gone to Celebration, it's been something different. It's been like we met new people, or those people couldn't attend because they were pregnant. Or then the next time we got to see the kid that they made in the intervening years.
Yep.
Or, you know, new friends show up, Steph's first celebration, you know, whatever it may be. You know, we've gotten to do this, like these milestones in life, and Star Wars is there with us all along the way. So we can, one, have all the member berries, but two, like geek out with everybody else, because it's the first time at Celebration we saw you know, a shore trooper, a death trooper, a Kylo Ren, you know, all this stuff, and we're right there with it. It's cool.
No, I could not agree more, dude. It's like you said, it kind of like it feeds itself. Like I think that's like the best way to phrase it, because it just keeps going. And it's, you know, obviously Celebration is a huge reason why. You know, I know, you know, a bunch of people that have said that, you know, going to Celebration just kind of made them a fan again. So, I mean, that's just awesome. And
let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Why did we go to Celebration? I don't remember who decided and made it happen.
Oh, that was me. Because it was in Orlando, which is what, 2 hours from where you were living at? Like, because you were in Tampa, was it 2 hours?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
Was it a little further? Well, in any case, because you drove.
Yeah, to Orlando. Yeah, I picked you guys up at the airport.
Oh, that's right, because we were sitting in your car with Mark and Andrea and Chris. We were passing around when we cashed that entire that handle of Bacardi rum at that mixer. Yeah. So no, because like I said, I had heard about it from Don for years. I'm like, I have to go. And finally, when I found out that they were announced, you know, they had announced the one in 2010, which was our first one, I was like, I'm going. Like I have.
Oh, that's right. Because I was like, yeah, it's like right nearby. I can just drive over.
Yeah, and that was part of the thing too. Was like it was an excuse for me and you to hang, because you were down in Florida, so we didn't get to hang nearly as much as we had always done previously. So it was like an excuse for us to hang, but it was also us getting into the Star Wars world again. And so it was and that was just like oh my God, that was just like stupidly fun. I will never forget walking into that room for the first time, the main show floor. Like I cried. I'm not even gonna lie, because you're just like, I mean, it's like your little kid head just explodes everywhere. You know, it's like if you're thinking Star Wars as like a little kid and your head explodes, it goes all over the walls. That's what it looks like in there. You know, it's like nothing but like toys and T-shirts and movies and just big displays of this, that, and you're like, oh my God. I mean, it was just, I will never forget that feeling as long as I live. And
I'll never forget you blowing your entire spending budget in like 45 minutes.
Oh, I couldn't. I was like,
you couldn't help yourself.
Yeah. And the one thing that I didn't get, I still haven't been able to find. And I blew all my goddamn money, and I couldn't get the thing I really wanted, and I haven't seen it
folks.
since.
John Drake has a white whale.
Yes. It is it's pretty simple. It's a black hoodie with the Mando logo on it, like you know what I'm talking about. But Mythosaur, thank you. In white Mythosaur on a black hood, but it was embroidered. It wasn't one of them screen printed ones. It was like one that would last. Because I'm big on that. Like one of my favorite hoodies I actually found, was it 2 celebrations ago? Someone had an original Celebration 5 hoodie, which is embroidered. And it was in my size, and it was brand new. It was in plastic, and they only wanted like $35 for it. I was like, yesterday. Yeah. And because I learned, I mean, that first celebration is what taught me. You go shopping the first day. If you see something you cannot live without, buy it immediately, or you will not get it in most instances. So that's why like that Thursday is always, you go to you do the opening panel stuff, whatever, but that is hit the show floor and blow your coin. Like, so yeah, I never got that damn hoodie because I spent all my money, and then that's also why ever since then I've made sure to save up an obnoxious amount of money to spend. Because I remember being in Celebration and having to nickel and dime for like 2.5 and being so God blessed angry about it. Because I'm like, well, I do this in the real world. I don't want to do this in Star Wars world.
Right. Yeah.
So,
dude, I managed to rack up a $3,000 credit card bill in a weekend at Galaxy's Edge because I was not going to say no to anything.
Yeah.
What hotel are we staying at? What dinner are we buying? What souvenirs do I want? Do I want to go to Oga's? Do I want to build a droid? Do I want to go to Savi's lightsaber workshop? Yes, 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 yes.
Yep. Yeah, that's why this year, like, with the band, like normally, I save it. I kind of like, I pay stuff off with the extra income that I get. And I also try and limit the amount of shows. I don't want to play like 50 times a year. Just completely wears me out with all the travel and whatnot. This year, I'm taking whatever. I mean, I have 3 weddings this year, which normally I want to keep it to 1. But those weddings are going to pay me something like $4,700. So my hotel and flights are completely covered just by those. And then the rest of the band money.
Oh, thank God! You sounded Mormon there for a second.
No, but yeah, like I'm saving every bit of it. Because it's going to be, the 50th anniversary. There's going to be some kick-ass stuff. There's some kick-ass experiences. Just the Bunta alone, being at the Whiskey A Go-Go is like unbelievable. Did Spencer announce that already? If he didn't, I just pulled a big no-no. Oops.
Well, it's a good thing. It's a good thing no one watches the show.
Major League. It gives a shit. No one's listening anyway.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, just the things that we're going to be doing. I want to have my equivalent of FU money, which is not. I'm not going to have like 20 grand or nothing, but I want to get the cool 50th anniversary stuff. I want to have the experiences, and
dude, it's time to dust off them piggies. Be a foot girl.
I don't think anyone wants to see this. Although I do take nice care of my feet, oddly enough. I don't have all gnarled toes and goofy looking nails and stuff like that. I'm very cleanly. For a fat guy, you wouldn't believe it, but I'm a very cleanly fat guy. So
well, you're not on your feet very often. You take good care of them that way. They're lightly used.
Asshole. Shut up, Joe. He says, breaking news. JT was talking about band stuff. Good luck. Shut up, Joe. Yeah, Chesty Crawley, good point. She says, Star Wars references work their way into everyday convos. Had a customer say, that is not the barcode you are looking for, while waving his hand when I couldn't get his item to scan. Yeah, I mean, that's honestly one of what I was going to say. Also, AJ, it's like one of the fun things about Star Wars and how nerdy we are about it is being the quote unquote Star Wars guy. Because I know a lot of people, I've gotten messages at work, dude, okay, my buddy and I were having a Star Wars argument. We don't know it as good as well as you do. So you got to tell me when this happened and what was the name of this character and what was going on? Why did they do this? So I'm like the go-to guy. And I'm sure Spencer and all the, the virtual cantina guys, they obviously, they get that sort of stuff too. But, for us, like, we're not nearly as knowledgeable as they are. And so for us to, get asked those kinds of questions is pretty cool. So it's fun. I it's like, I feel like all the hours, countless hours and hours and hours I've spent researching it and trying to remember stuff. Like, it's just like, it actually pays off somehow. Look at this. You assholes. Kale McLeish. What's the talking? Yeah. What's the Nerf Herder Council version of I was at school? Shut up. Good Lord. You just wait, Kale, because you're gonna get chewed out on the next episode of my other show. So just get ready for it. We're gonna give you some hell. So, all right. So, we'll get out of here pretty soon. We got a couple videos that we want to show, but the last thing says brotherhood at this stage of life, and I don't think we need to answer that one. I think we basically anybody who watches the show and listens to the way we talk to each other knows exactly where we stand on that. I think. Yeah.
It's weird. I mean, we've always gotten along anyway, but this is the one thing, if we had to like point at something that's easily identifiable, we get along over all kinds of things, but it can always be Star Wars.
Yeah.
Why not be Star Wars? At least that's something we can share with other people too.
Yeah. Well, and I think, dude, and honestly, I think the reason we're so close is because of Star Wars, and it's kind of bringing it all back to the beginning. If you think about it, like when you get older, you're not living together and everything, most siblings don't spend nearly as much time together as we do. And we do it. I mean, even though it's just like on a computer screen, like we are hanging out, like we do quote unquote hang out every other week, and it leads to other kind of conversations and spending time together. And so I really think that, Star Wars is kind of what has really, we would be close anyway, but it's really what makes us as close as we are. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool, man. All right. So before we get to the videos, I found these rapid fire questions, which I think are easy. So we'll both answer them because I haven't gone through all of them. But I think they're probably gonna be pretty obvious. So we'll just rapid fire. So, okay. When we were number one, there's 10. But number one, when we were kids, which one of us actually thought he was Luke Skywalker, and which one was clearly a Jawa?
Oh, I was short and unpopular, so clearly I'm the Jawa.
I was the Han Solo, but it wasn't Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
All right. So number two, be honest. If our childhood was The Empire Strikes Back, which one of us was the emotional breakdown on Hoth? Oh God, so easy.
Do we even? Okay. Actually, this should be lightning round for the chat.
Yeah, seriously.
Too easy. Moving on. It's like when we try to generate a quiz with AI about who said what on our show, and you just tell by the language, right? Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. All right, number three. Which one of us would 100% turn into Darth Vader over something petty like thermostat settings? I say you. You're touchier than I am.
Fuck you for saying that. How dare you? I can't believe you fucking said that, man. You piece of...
Nice. Oh, look at this. These guys are trying to get me to do shots in the chat there. Look at that. Oh, okay. Growing up, who had more main character energy and who was basically an extra in the cantina scene?
Oh, you're the main character. You're the personality for sure.
Okay. If mom and dad were the Jedi Council, this is so easy. Which one of us was constantly, quote unquote, under review? That was definitely you.
Oh, yeah.
You were always doing stupid shit, and I was not. So
I'm proud to say that JT was boring as a kid. I was much more interesting. I got sent to the principal's office. I got the bad grades. I did all the shit. Yeah.
I was smart. My mom and dad said, if you do this stuff, you can do anything you want. So I did that stuff. Get good grades. Be on time. You know? And I got all kind of stuff. And AJ would get pissed about it. AJ would literally say, I wouldn't be in this situation if it wasn't for you. I'm like, the hell did I do? I followed clear directions. Mom and dad said, get good grades. And I did. They said, if you're going to be late coming home, just call. So I did.
Your good behavior worked out in my favor. I got to do all that stuff because you behaved yourself. They assumed I would too.
Jeez. All right. So, which one of us took the release of the Phantom Menace way too seriously? That might be. Well, I don't think it was too serious. But like I said, you walked the couch out there. So.
Okay. I was gonna say, like, I thought they were like bagging on the Phantom Menace. I'm like, the one thing we've never done is actually shit on the prequels.
No, I love the prequels. No.
Yeah, even when they happened.
Okay, who would survive longer in a real rebellion, and who would trip over a droid in the first 5 minutes? These roles have reversed because when we were growing up, it was definitely me who's the athletic one and all that, and now it's definitely role reversal because you're like CrossFit guy and I'm Jabba the Hutt guy.
That's true. True.
So yeah, if we were both force sensitive, who would use the force for wisdom, and who would use it to steal the remote? Oh, you would use it for wisdom, and I'd use it to steal the remote.
Absolutely.
That's definitely
absolutely.
That's so easy. As adults watching
a Robot Chicken or a Family Guy joke where he's like someone's using the force to like I think literally pick up the remote or like float like a bowl of potato chips across the room. Like you can't use the force for that. Like why not?
It's not Robot Chicken because those I know like the back of my hand. But I would say as there's two more. As adults watching The Mandalorian, which one of us got emotional first? And which one pretended not to? It was. We didn't watch it together, but it had to be me getting emotional first, because I just do when that's more my style.
Yeah. Sorry, the most emotional thing I'm thinking about Mandu and Grogu is Luke Skywalker. When Luke showed up at the end of season 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. That did hit me.
Okay,
so that right where I live.
That hits me right where I live. All right, last one. At 50 years old, obviously just me, which one of us is actually the wise old Obi-Wan Kenobi, and which one is still asking, so when do I get my lightsaber? Again, you are much more knowledgeable than I am, and I am just an overgrown man-child. So there we go. So
fair enough.
All right, so before we get out of here, we got 2 videos to play. So first we'll do the ice, since we mentioned the ice cream man video. We'll do that.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Well, we're not done with the birthday wishes.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna take us out of our little format here. And I have a pre-recorded message for you.
Okay.
Just want to make sure we're all good to go here. As I just did a very terrible impression of Darth Vader. So I figure, maybe we should hear from somebody who actually knows a thing or two about Star Wars voices. So if you would allow me
What the fuck?
What's up, John? Sam Whitwer here. AJ tells me you're turning 50.
What?
You're still alive? That's crazy. Congratulations, though. That's really impressive. Happy, very happy birthday. Also, I understand you love the Cleveland Browns. It's kind of like the Ben Quadraneros of teams. Actually, I have no idea. I don't know your sports, but I appreciate you, John, and congratulations on being alive. May the force be with you.
That's fucking great. Do that. Oh my God, that's amazing.
So there you go. Happy birthday from the Nerf Herder Council to my favorite motherfucker.
That's bad as hell, dude. Oh my God. That is so cool. Look, Kale. AJ has absolutely won birthdays forever. Yeah, I would say so. Holy shit, man.
I'm not surprised he didn't mention it, but in his instructions, I did mention I needed a birthday shout out for our podcast, the Nerf Herder Council, this Wednesday. So I'm guessing he's not watching, but he is aware that we are live right now and the name of our show. So at least one guy who's in Star Wars knows our show.
There we go. And he's one of the most badass ones like possible.
Right?
That's so great, man. Thank you. Thank
Happy
you,
birthday, brother. I love you.
Oh my God, love you too. That's so great. See, now my video is going to be totally anticlimactic. So we should have done mine first. All right, since you know how to do that, why don't you do this, and then we'll show this, and then we'll do our sign off. But because I'm terrible with the whole audio part of it, so AJ actually corrected the Ice Cream Man video that we talked about earlier. So it's not like
sideways. Here's where I actually don't know how to do stuff because I uploaded it to StreamYard. So how do you play a video?
Well, let's see. So we are going. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, if you already did,
I haven't seen this in forever, so I don't even know like if it's going to be any good.
You just click. Okay, here we go. It's a minute. It's a minute and 5 seconds long. So here I am doing Ice Cream Man with the Atomic Punks.
Here we go. My confidence up here, man. I'm expecting a lot. Are you ready? All my flavors are here on TV.
Excellent work there, brother.
Yeah, that's pretty much me in a nutshell, I think. Complete with the if you're paying real close attention and caught it real quick, the Iron Fett t-shirt that I was wearing. So it was Iron Maiden's The Trooper, but it was Boba Fett. So it was a Star Wars Iron Maiden crossover. Kale McLeish. JT sounded better than the actual singer there. The funny thing was like my wife and AJ's girlfriend at the time, they were way in the back, and because they didn't want to go up in the crush of people and everything. And there's video of my wife was taking, and she goes, "Oh shit, that's my." She heard me singing, and she goes, like she couldn't see who it was. She was, "Oh shit, that's my husband." Oh, I'm in so much trouble. But she could tell it was my voice like immediately, like within a second of me starting, which I thought was really cool. So Kale, he says, dude, that transition to jump was very yes. Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, I didn't know what he was doing, so I figured I hold out the note, and come to find out they were going into jump. So that kind of worked out nice. Nick Hall says, blew his mind. Jimmy Lever, what's up, bro? He says, happy birthday, fool. I tried getting your hero, Rhinestone Dave, that's David Lee Roth, to do a cameo, but I don't have $5,000. I couldn't understand his message to me. Always room for a little David Lee Roth. Hey, go Sammy. Yeah. So, all right, man. Well, there it is. Just a random Star Wars hangout bullshit session for my 50th birthday tomorrow. And we'll do it in person tomorrow night after we eat at a sports bar. That's how low maintenance I am. Hey, JT, where do you want to eat for your birthday dinner? Sports bar I haven't been to. Yeah, they have good wings. Okay, fatty, here we go. Yeah. Exactly. So, man, thank you so much for the Sam Witwer thing. That is amazing. That is so
You're welcome, man.
cool.
You're absolutely welcome. Of course, man. It's the start of a nice long weekend of celebrating. You are well worth it. Half a century on this planet. Look, man, we got to blow it out. We got to do it right.
I love you, man. Thank you so much. And all you guys in the chat and for wishing me happy birthday. And you guys are awesome, man. Kale and Nick and Chaz and Jimmy and Eddie Spaghetti. All you guys, man. Thank you so very much. Joseph Wren, obviously. Wayne Joyner. You guys are just awesome, man. Thank you so very much. And yeah, we'll be back here. What the hell's the date going to be? The 4th? It'll be the 11th. March 11th. Yep. So yeah, we'll be right back here at our usual locations on Wednesday, March 11th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. One more time, guys, if you're watching on our YouTube channel or that of the Virtual Cantina Network, don't forget to click the like button, click the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell so that you are notified every time we go live. If you would like to get some Virtual Cantina Network swag, just go to tpublic.com/user/virtual-cantina. And for some awesome customizable Nerf Herder Council swag, just go to shop.nerfherdercouncil.com. Yep, there it is. AJ's rocking some of our gear right now. There we go. You can customize any color scheme you want with several different logos he came up with. And look at this. Joseph Wren. Hashtag 50 years of space whale punching. Yep. You know it, dude. So, yeah, thank you guys very much. We'll be back here on Wednesday, March 11th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. AJ, thanks for a lifetime of amazing friendship and a lifetime of Star Wars, man. It's awesome to have a Star Wars buddy, but it's even better that it's my own brother, man. So I love you. Thank you.
Hey, thanks, man. As cool as it is to, you keep telling me how cool it is to have a little brother. You know how cool it is to have a big brother, man. I got 2 of them that are awesome. So love you so much, man. Thank you.
Love you too, man. All right, guys. Till next time, I am your host, JT. He is AJ.
I am at Drake Adams 579. I can actually log into Twitter again. So yeah, you can actually hit me up there if you want to.
All right. And guys, we'll see you next time.
Bucket of bolts is never gonna get us past that blockade.
This bucket's got a few surprises left in her. Plus, me and Chewie are on it. Ain't that right, Chewie?
Hell yeah, you my Nerf herder.
You my Nerf herder.